Hello everyone, I'm Marcus from MiloX News, and today I'm bringing you a detailed analysis of the stock market for SPY and QQQ for today. Before we begin, I'd like to remind you that you can subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily and weekly updates on the stock market. We will start with a look at the daily chart of the S&P 500 DTF. On Friday, the SPY fell 0.71%, and we saw a rejection from the resistance zone in the low 440s. However, if we start to break above the 440s, I have the next higher target just above 448 and around 451. But let's not assume we're going there. We need to break the 440s, which means we need to break that high around 442.7. If we start to pull back, we are looking for possible support around 436 and the breakout point around 430. Even if we pull back to the breakout point and then start to recover, this is still an upward trend of higher highs and lows. We will only become bearish if we start to break below 436. In the short term, we will be looking for 430, but if we break 430, then it is likely that we are going through a full correction, which means we are going to fill some of the gaps below. We have gaps around 423 and down here at 407. The current scenario will depend on whether the SPY is above 430 or not. If we bounce from 430, assuming we go that low, we are still in a very powerful upward trend. If we don't bounce from 430, then we will be looking for lower prices, and we are going to have some type of correction. On Friday, we went down with increasing volume, and we are hitting a very critical resistance as we extend a bit too much, which means it is completely possible that we return to that rising 20-day moving average, which will also be around 430. Therefore, we are at increased risk of going to lower prices. So keep that in mind and don't assume we're going much lower because we still have a powerful upward trend. To get more bearish, we will need to see price action breaking through some critical support. Also pay attention to the equal weight S&P 500, which is the RSPTF, which is trying to break from a higher low to a higher high. Watch that resistance around 150 because if we continue to rise in RSP, that is telling us that we are getting a lot more market momentum, which means we are not just moving from the top 10 tech companies. In the NASDAQ 100 QQQ, we dropped 0.63% on Friday, and again it's with increasing volume, and we hit that critical resistance zone that I have between 368 and 372. Therefore, a correction from here would be completely normal, and just like the SPY, we could drop down to this breakout point at 355. And then get a bounce from a higher low to another higher high and continue the upward trend. We are at an elevated risk of a pullback that could eventually lead to a full correction because I believe that many of the big tech companies need a solid correction before they can rise further, and many of them are now pushing to all-time highs. Remember that this is just an idea. You need to let the price action confirm it, which means we need to see that the price action is reversing and breaking through support. Don't just take my word for it that we're going through a correction, even though I think it's very likely. We don't have any confirmation from the chart that tells us we're going through a correction yet. That's all I've got for the SPY and QQQ. I'll be back tomorrow with Monday's report. Please click like, share, subscribe, and check out our YouTube channel MiloX News. Thank you.